The Israel-Iran conflict is a shadow war, fought not on open battlefields but through covert operations, cyber attacks, and proxy groups. Decades of hostility began after the 1979 Iranian Revolution, when Iran's new leadership adopted a fiercely anti-Israel stance. Since then, both nations have viewed each other as existential threats, fueling a rivalry that shapes their foreign policies. The conflict plays out across the Middle East. Israeli airstrikes target Iranian-backed forces in Syria, while Iran supports Hezbollah in Lebanon. Iran accuses Israel of assassinating its nuclear scientists and sabotaging its nuclear program. The stakes are high. Israel sees Iran's nuclear ambitions as a red line, vowing to prevent Tehran from acquiring nuclear weapons. International efforts to mediate have failed, as deep-rooted mistrust and clashing interests persist. This shadow war destabilizes the region, with every move risking escalation into open conflict. The world watches, hoping the rivalry doesn't ignite a wider war. The Israel-Iran struggle remains a defining and dangerous feature of Middle Eastern politics. Amid rising tensions, a breakthrough diplomats broker a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. It's not peace, but a pause. Both sides agree to halt direct attacks and cyber operations, and to tone down hostile rhetoric. The world breathes a sigh of relief. Markets stabilize and civilians experience a rare sense of calm. The ceasefire is fragile, built on mutual restraint rather than trust. It doesn't address core issues like Iran's nuclear program or its support for proxies. Still, it's a vital window for dialogue, showing that diplomacy can sometimes prevail. Global leaders urge both sides to honor the agreement, but warn that old animosities run deep. The ceasefire is a temporary pause, not a solution. Its survival depends on continued restraint. The world waits to see if hope can outlast hostility. On June 24, 2025, Iran shatters the ceasefire with a provocative military exercise. The drill simulates a massive missile strike on Israeli airbases, broadcast widely by Iranian media. This act is a clear violation of the agreement to reduce military threats. Israel responds immediately, condemning Iran's actions and raising its military alert. The brief calm evaporates as both sides return to a posture of confrontation. International diplomats scramble, but the damage is done. The ceasefire collapses. The United Nations voices deep concern, but tensions spiral. The shadow war resumes and the region teeters on the edge of renewed conflict. The hope for peace is once again eclipsed by the reality of rivalry. The Israel-Iran conflict is a global fault line, dividing nations into rival camps. Israel enjoys strong U.S. support, military aid, technology, and diplomatic backing. Many Western countries and new Arab partners like the UAE and Bahrain align with Israel against Iran's influence. Iran counters with its own alliances: Syria, Hezbollah, Iraqi militias, and the Houthis. These proxies extend Iran's reach and challenge Israel indirectly. Russia and China back Iran, providing economic and diplomatic support, and shielding it from international pressure. This web of alliances turns the conflict into a proxy battleground for global powers. The Israel-Iran rivalry is more than a regional dispute. It's a flashpoint in a divided world. The stakes are global, and the path to peace is more complex than ever. The world holds its breath, hoping escalation can be avoided.